Hey everybody, I'm back to show another video update on my property management app here that I built from scratch. In the last video, I showed you this create new tenant screen flow. That way, right from the homepage in one fell swoop, an end user could create a new tenant record, attach them to a vacant apartment, and then create a new lease record with all that information straight from the homepage. This new screen flow I created is actually kind of the opposite. It's a vacate apartment screen flow. And basically what this will do is, here's an overview of the flow, and there's three main sections of it. First, when you do this screen flow, it'll mark that previous apartment record as inactive. That way the org then recognizes it as a newly vacant apartment. Then, based on a decision element, if you choose to relocate the tenant, such as if they are moving into a different unit in the same building, you can do that via the screen flow, and it'll mark this new apartment as active. That way the org now considers it not a vacant apartment. It then connects the tenant to that apartment instead, and it closes the previous lease record. Last but not least, again, if you relocated a tenant into a new unit, it'll create a new lease record with the new information based on their move. So let's go ahead and do this live. In the last video, we created a new tenant, myself, Cameron Gibson, and we attached myself to the apartment 301, and that lease record was created. Let's just go ahead and vacate me from 301 and move me into the other vacant apartment 302. So we'll hit start. We're gonna vacate apartment 301 and hit next. It's now listed as inactive. Would I like to relocate the tenant? If the answer is no, the lease will still be closed and that'll end the flow, but I'm going to relocate into 302 instead. Which apartment is the tenant moving into? Once again, it's showing me only the vacant apartments. Apartment 301 is now considered vacant since the flow just marked it as such. So I'm moving into apartment 302 and hitting next. The tenant has been relocated. Would you like to create a new lease record? The answer is yes in this case. Once again, there are naming conventions here, and I have display text guiding the end user on how to best do that. So I'm now moving in to apartment 302, and I'm moving in a day late because I just needed time to move my things over. I'm moving in September 28th of 2023, and the lease is still going to be for a year. Again, I'm going to plug that in manually here. That way the lease record can be created with that information. And we'll say that the security deposit has been paid already. I didn't have to repay it. We'll go ahead and hit next, and we'll see that the new lease record has been created. So we can hit finish. So now we'll go ahead and go back into our tenant record here. Here's my record. I was in apartment 301. Now I'm in 302. Over here, you can see two different leases. The first was for the one that I was going to move into, 301. That is now considered a closed lease. My new lease is here, 302. It's a current lease. The deposit has been paid and the information I just plugged into it. If we go back to the dashboard here, we'll see those changes in real time once we refresh. If we look at the vacant apartments, now 301 is vacant instead of 302. And that's just an easy way that a screen flow can manipulate a lot of data in one fell swoop. All right, guys, thanks for watching.